everybody, and welcome. This is Bedlam, a Mage the Ascension chronicle that takes place in the 1920s. I am your storyteller, Kelly, as you've seen him, and folks, we are going to be hopping into game in just a minute. Before we do, I wanted to invite you all back to the 1920s. A quick content warning: Mage the Ascension Bedlam is a game that is designed to be a horror narrative. That means that it has many scenes of horror that you probably have already experienced so far, but if you are joining us for the first time, be aware that there is a number of horrific elements, not limited to, but including stabbing, slasher villainy, the Nefandi, and far more. If you don't know what any of that means, just assume that it's rated R. And if you need to tap out for a little bit, don't worry, we'll be here when you get back. In the meanwhile, let's go ahead and check in with everybody. Caitlan is going to be joining us in a few minutes to play the vivacious Betty, but I think we should check in with Chris, who is also vivacious. Hello, Chris.
Hey y'all, it's Chris. I'm playing Raoul Bunny Sagus. I am hermetic and I am friendly. I'm at least one of those two things, and one's the truth, the other's the lie.
Cool. Mike's Mike.
Hi, I'm Mike, back here again in absolute bedlam in more ways than three. And yeah, I'm playing Gilbert Snow, the medium. He's neither large nor small.
Oh, okay. And speaking of perfect, it's Traz.
Aw. Nice, how nice of you. But hi, I'm Traz. I use he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Victor Blackwell, our utopian society of ether that can now see out of both eyes again.
Yay! Can you walk on both legs now?
At the moment, I'll get back to you at the end of the episode.
All right,
He's hoping to.
Hopping mad?
Rude.
Rude, of course.
Did I stick my foot in my mouth again?
Did you stick your mouth in your foot again? What? All
right,
right,
Teddy probably has my leg.
Teddy is known to do that. All right, so folks, we're going to be heading in just 1 second. But before we do, I wanted to thank you all for being part of the Patreon that supports this. Because, hey, Dork Tales could not exist without the Patreon. It is the life... I think fell over. It is the lifeblood of this channel, and you, of course, are the red blood cells that keep it oxygenated. I don't know. I don't know, but I love you very much. All right, so last episode, you all, quick reminder, went and survived being attacked by Malachi Croft and Langston Yarrow, who variably stabbed and poisoned you. From there, you managed to discover that they were doing some type of strange rituals in the basement of their storage workshop area, and were trying to do some type of transmogrification ritual using occult practices that didn't make any sense to those of you who actually know what you're doing. From there, you were rushed to aid by knowledge of a local verbena named May Holloway, and found some clues that may lead you to Cougar Mountain, which may be your next step. Let's see. From there, you had to go and do some other activities around town and get caught up with just general life stuff after recovering. It is still fairly early in the evening by the time you leave Maze. And from there, tomorrow we have a meeting, or actually tonight we have a meeting between Raoul and a gentleman at the Blind Tiger Jazz Club. And I'm sure there are some other things that need to be done as well. But before we hop in, does anybody have any experience that they want to spend? Anything I need to be aware of before we begin?
Yes, I'm spending experience for a second dot of intimidation, because I think that's relevant.
I feel like it is. I feel like it's very
And I took a point in alertness because I am not going to get surprised by a shotgun behind the door again. And another point of occult, because, you know, you go into a creepy murder lighthouse and things start clicking as far as the occult goes.
Like clickers?
No, let's not go that direction.
We never did run that Last of Us game. Okay. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and begin episode 4 of Bedlam, the Jazzman's Cross. You leave your cabal, your nascent cabal, spreading back to the winds, heading back toward wherever you would normally go. It's late in the evening, pushing into true night, as you make it across town. You make your way by... You make your way back to Blackwell's Remedies. It's dark at this point, true night, and as you head through the little side entrance there at Pike's Place Market leading up to your apartment, can I get a perception and alertness roll from you?
Or what difficulty?
Can I get that at difficulty of 7, because it is fairly dark.
Four successes.
4 successes?
Yeah, 10, 9, 10, 9, 7, 7.
Okay. So, with 4 successes, you are going to walk by and are going to recognize a car parked out front of your place. There, you are going to not only recognize the car, but you're going to recognize a gentleman sitting behind the wheel reading a newspaper. Of course, who else could it be but Nikolai, sitting behind the wheel of that black Model A, reading a newspaper, puffing away on a cigar. You can smell his brand rolling out the window as you approach. It's cracked, about 2 fingers width, but he doesn't seem to notice you yet. What do you do?
I honestly try to avoid him because I do not want to talk to him right now.
Okay, go ahead and give me a Dex and Stealth roll at a difficulty of 6. Actually, give it to me at a difficulty of 5. He is reading a newspaper, and he is not keeping a particularly good eye on things.
And if I don't have stealth, is that an increase in difficulty if it's in the second row?
Yes, it's a +1, so
Okay.
roll at difficulty 6.
Okay. I am going to use that willpower I have then.
Sounds good.
Oh, guess I didn't need it. With the willpower, 4 successes.
Hugging to the wall, you're able to easily make it by. Now, with your stealth roll, would you go in the front door or would you go up the fire escape? The fire escape will completely bypass his line of sight. You will have no risk of him catching you, even by a fluke chance with 4 successes.
I'll go up the fire escape.
All right. Now, the fire escape is fairly new, actually. They've only installed it in the past decade or so. The metal is painted orange and sticks quite a bit out against the brownish stone of the side of the market. You haul yourself up, climbing atop a trash bin that wobbles a little under your ankle. But you're able to hop up and grab it and climb up. You have no attributes at 1, right? You're not like Dex 1 or Strength 1?
Yeah.
Climbing up the stairwell, you are on the, well, technically 3rd floor from like the height, but the second actual set of windows up. And as you climb up, you're going to notice, I'm going to carry on your 4 successes from alertness earlier, that there is a light on in your common area, in your kitchen. And you can hear voices. A low voice with a heavy accent that you'll immediately recognize, although you can't pick out the words. The voice is Alexander Vargas, Dr. Vargas. What do you do?
Try to listen in to see what he's saying, if I can find a place to do that.
Absolutely. You can crouch next to the windowsill. You could
Yeah.
try to sneak into your bedroom and listen from there.
Probably will go into his bedroom.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want a couple of rolls. First, I want a dexterity and stealth roll to try to open the window. And I'm going to give you this at a difficulty of 7 because I have never, ever seen like a single pane window that didn't make way too much noise.
8. Is that the 7 with my difficulty increase for not having stealth?
Oh, sorry, that's going to be an 8 then.
Okay. Nope. That's a fail. Not a botch, but a fail.
Sounds good. A bit of rain is going to patter down around you, and you're going to hear it. The moisture inside of the window frame is going to squeak as it opens. And one moment, please. Interesting. Okay. The window squeaks as it opens, enough that you wince and cringe a little bit at the sound. A second later, you will hear your daughter's voice. Daddy? Just a minute. Are you home? She calls. Do you respond?
Not right away.
Make me a perception and alertness roll.
Yeah. And what difficulty?
Difficulty of 7 because the door is shut. You are listening through the door.
1 success.
So you are going to hear Alexander Vargas's voice say, "Wait. Listen, before any... if your father is home, you will not pass this on, right? This is between us?" Of course, yeah. Good. I knew I could depend on you. So much like your mother that way. You look a lot like her. And then he says something else that you can't quite make out. But the tone in it. I would love it if you could make me one more roll, Traz, and that would be a perception and empathy roll.
Difficulty?
Difficulty on this, let's say 6, unless you have any flaws that I can't remember at the moment that involve like social interaction or like being able to pick out emotion in voices.
I'm naive and soft-hearted.
Okay. Give it to me flat. Give it to me difficulty 6.
Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. 3 successes.
Now, you know, normally, when a man speaks to a young woman in this way, with that much familiarity, outside of a family situation, some people might get the wrong idea. Not you in this case. You read between the lines. He's definitely trying to be warm and comforting, and he's used those type of tones, although a bit less patronizing, on you. He's smooth, and you can get the sense that he's trying to get something out of her, but luckily, and luckily for your soft heart, it's not what a man would normally be trying to get out of a teenage girl. He's trying to butter her up for something, but you're not particularly worried. For a moment, your stomach flip-flops, but then you are going to go, okay, he's just being a creep, not a sleaze. Or a sleaze, not a creep, whichever. But a moment later, you can hear footsteps headed your direction, and the door to your bedroom's about to open. What do you do?
He's not gonna be able to get away with it open. He'll act like he's just winding down. like he's...
Okay. So just winding down sounds good. Now the street lights are pouring in on the other side into your kitchen. flooding it with light, and that light's going to pour into your bedroom. Your daughter's going to stand there, silhouetted by the light, and on the other side, you're going to see the edge of Dr. Alexander Vargas's handsome, mustachioed face as he is sipping what looks like a teacup. It's probably some of the tea that your wife left in the cupboard. She was a real tea fiend. Your daughter crinkles her nose up in the same way your wife used to do, and says, "Dad, what are you doing here in the dark?"
Sorry, just got home. I lost my key on the way.
I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Did you change your clothes or fix your clothes? I can't remember.
No, but they're dirty and I'm getting changed, is what I'm...
Okay. So, you're starting to take off your clothes. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're soaked.
Sorry, do you need a... Hold on. She pivots around, rushes over to the linen closet, pulls out a towel and brings it over to you in the dark. God, you're a mess. Did you fall down? Looks like you've got mud all over you.
Yeah, it's pouring quite a bit outside, but thanks, dear.
We live in Washington, Father.
I know. You know how...
Anyway,
comfy I can
Dr.
get,
Vargas
though.
has come by to speak. Well, he came by looking for you. I have some tea for him. He was just about to leave, but if you're here, he's here.
Tell him I'll be right out. Give me a couple minutes.
Sounds good. And as she shuts the door, you're going to catch sight, just barely with those perception rolls that you had earlier, of an envelope on the table. And the only reason that you're going to catch it is that when you then open the door next, dressed in new clothing, the envelope is gone. And so is your daughter. Dr. Vargas is sitting at the table. He finishes the last of his tea, takes a spoon around, scoops a little bit of the honey that's condensed at the bottom, and as you open the door, he raises it to his lips and just gently sucks the honey off of the end of the tiny spoon. Victor, it's good to see you. How is everything? I'm sorry to be calling so late, but I'm glad that I came, well, apparently at the right time. What was this about you losing your key? Sounds like you've had a rough night, my friend.
Oh, just running the errands. The weather was... It's particularly bad today.
That's absolutely the case. This night has been very tiring. Did you make it home okay last night?
Yeah.
After the party, you had no problems.
No problems.
Good.
A little bit of a scare, though.
Yes. Nikolai said that there was, that you were in good spirits. I have some exciting opportunities that I would like to discuss with you.
Sure.
You've been studying the life sciences?
A little bit, not too much.
How are you with botany?
Learning it.
Good. So, I had an interesting discussion with Bianca Lupa after everything cleared up last night. And there's a bit of a problem. Right now, that man who is extending out the Federale's control, what is his name? Carson Cooper, the head of their Untouchables division. He's causing a lot of problems for Biancolupo. Causing a lot of problems for the Cult of Ecstasy in general. And because of that, they are having a bit of a trouble with supply. Of course, there's many people from Canada, people coming down from Victoria or Vancouver, able to supply whiskey and rum and all of that, but it is difficult. They are starting to put up ship blockades. They are starting to have... it's starting to be trouble. But what I tell her is, I know someone who is very good with chemicals, who is very good with herbs and various types of botanicals, who can start distilling gin, who can start brewing, maybe brewing some beer, but mostly I'm thinking hard spirits. And because of your knowledge of herbology, botany, horticulture, all of that, I thought, why stop at liquid? I have some connections from my time in the South. And I've managed to import, or at least I will this time next week, a small amount of both coca leaf and marijuana. I would like to make sure that you are in charge of all three operations. Or at least in charge of the supervision of.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah? I mean, it is, there's no problem with the marijuana. You know, some people might not like it, but it's, that's still legal. The problem is going to be making sure that you have a place to make enough liquor to supply all of the logging camps, all of the jazz establishments and speakeasies, all of the high society functions they claim they don't pour.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
And where would the operation where would it be taking place?
I mean, that is something I'm still working out. There are many places, but I was thinking that perhaps the university. What do you think? Yeah, there are the labs up there. There's a lot of working space. There's a lot of space where your mentor, your father-in-law works.
Yeah, but of course. Access to a good lab, it would make things much easier.
It would make things much easier. And of course, for supervising this, I can make sure that you, he looks around your kitchen. He looks at the peeling wallpaper. Is this the type of place that you want to raise a young woman in?
I mean, yeah, it needs a little fixing up, but...
Can you say that honestly after being at Biancolupo's mansion? That you don't think that Lily deserves that?
That's I don't know. That's a very... I don't know. I don't know.
What do you know?
Sciences?
Oh, yes, you know the sciences, but come on, man. Live a little. Have some passion. You have the ability to do wonderful things. You have the ability to change the world. I think you should start with your family. Start with your daughter. Give her the type of life she deserves. However, I was also thinking that we might have some problems. So, I want you to think about this. This Carson Cooper is going to probably find out that we are distilling inside of the city. It is only a matter of time. So what I am thinking is this. You are going to have not one lab, but 2 labs.
Okay, okay.
One lab is going to be located a little bit south. Maybe industrial area, maybe a little closer to the outskirts, maybe in Ballard, something like that. The Swedes working there, they probably won't talk too much, eh? So it'll be pretty good. And I think we're going to make sure that one gets raided. Make sure that it has a bunch of really big drums of distilled alcohol. But that is not what I want you to put in those drums. What I want you to do is I want you to design this. I will bring some craftsmen in. And what we will do is we'll take these big distilling drums, right? These kettles. And we will, or what have you, and we hollow them out. And we put liquid in the top. And then we fill the rest with nitroglycerin. And when Carson Cooper and his, what is that, motherfuckers from the Technocratic Union come up, boom. No more problems. It's a big tragedy, but, can you do that?
I mean, take some time, but that's something I could do.
I need you to make sure that this explosion is so fast that not even their weird science, that their union science, can get them out of there. I want something that burns hot on an etheric level, Victor. Do you follow me?
I do, yeah.
I want you to create an etheric chemical bomb. I will supply the TAS, I will supply any type of quintessence you need, and I can supply you 2 custos apprentices to do this. You're moving up. You're middle management now, man. I'm proud of you. You've come a long way. And we are going to strike a blow right into the heart of that fucking organization.
You know, something like that, yep, that should, in theory, scare them off.
I don't think it's going to scare them off at all. I think it's going to, in fact, spread them around the entire area. It's going to aerate them. We're going to vaporize the Sons of Beaches. You're not a religious man, are you?
No, not particularly, no.
Good. Because I guarantee, I was raised Catholic. They always teach us that you know, when Judgment Day comes and the Day of Reckoning comes and Christ returns, we will all rise from our graves and we will be made whole again, like that. But we are going to blow these motherfuckers so far up that they are not even going to be able to come back with Christ's help. We are going to make technocrat confetti. Look at the time. I have overstayed my welcome. I have drank your tea, and I've had some of this delicious honey, which I hear is local.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Think about it. And don't just think about it. Plan it. Make it happen. I will check in with you, you know what? Take tomorrow off. You deserve it.
Thank you. That's, thank you.
Of course. Maybe think about some plans, though.
Of course, yeah.
And, I'm sorry that Nikolai was a bit rough with you. If I understand correctly, he, might have, damaged your clothing a little bit or something? Here. He is overzealous, and he is my responsibility. Much like you are. I take care of my people. And you're my boy, Victor. And he reaches into his coat, pulls out a long wallet, and counts you out $25. Passes it across to you. Buy yourself a nice suit. Buy something for Lillian.
Oh, but yeah, of course. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you.
It's the least I can. Never call me kind. Kindness is weakness. This is just appreciation. But are you okay? He stands up and kind of leans over and looks at you. Your eye looks a little weird.
I guess that weather trip wasn't.
Huh. Well, good night. And with that, he is going to don his hat and leave. And Mike just ran the math. That's like $400.
Yeah, I was wondering what the math was on that. It's like, I know that's a lot back.
My instinct was to give you $50 just because it's a better number than 25. And I'm like, that's a lot of money, Kelly. Don't give him 50. And then Mike ran the numbers. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't give you 50 because that would have been like $1,000 almost. And with that, he's going to depart. Shutting the door behind himself, letting himself out. What do you do?
Sit on the couch because I'm shaking and just too many thoughts in head right now, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And waiting for them to leave.
Are you okay out there?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm okay. But how about you? Are you?
Am I what? Dr. Vargas is fine.
Okay.
He just asked me to grab some things from downstairs for him. He's got gout and, well, I mean, not at the moment, but so he wanted some cherry pits and he wanted some apple cider vinegar and some things like that. So I got it for him. He also mentioned some problems with calf cramps. So I figured a little bit of potassium nitrate would probably fix that. Also just drinking water.
Yeah, he doesn't drink much of that.
All right, I'm going to bed. I have a lot of reading to do before tomorrow.
Okay. Have a good night. Love you.
Mm-hmm. She'll lean down and give you a kiss on the cheek. Oh. You smell awful.
Long day. This is a long day.
Maybe you should have taken a shower before you put on the new clothes. Now I'm going to have to do twice as much laundry.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. Good night.
Night.
And she will leave you in the kitchen And as she does, glancing back toward your room through the crack in the door that was left open, what she can't see, or what she doesn't notice at least, is the pair of slacks that you tossed off over the edge of the bed, with your wife's locket dangling out of the pocket. We swap back over. Now, there's a place across town. There's a place across town that Gilbert calls home. Gilbert, what kind of theater is this? This is like an old playhouse, right?
Yes, absolutely. It used to have like a little elevated stage and used to have a lot of seats so people could watch the plays and a lot of public speaking and things like that. But over the years, the building has kind of fallen by the wayside, and there's a few leaks, probably a few pails where the seats have been taken out because they've molded and rotted. And hopefully it's not raining too heavily because, you know, you can start hearing the drip drops of full buckets that need to be emptied.
Mm-hmm.
And up on this stage, which is largely protected and has some purple velvet drapes that have been refashioned into like a backdrop, and a table with several chairs around it, and the classic like tablecloth with a spot for a crystal ball and all the cards and other accoutrements for fortune telling.
Okay. Now, what hours does your helper girl normally work?
Pretty much hours after school. She's probably in like early years of college.
Okay.
And well into the early evening. So after dinner time, I mean, that's typically once the sun goes down, that's the best time to be doing fortune telling, as Gilbert says. The connection
how
to
late?
the stars and the moons, etc.
Does she normally stay there past like 9 o'clock, or is she check out pretty early?
Yeah, 9-10 o'clock is typical, though.
Okay.
If it's like a weekend, possibly even as late as like midnight, because otherwise she'd have to go home and study and hang out with her parents, and that's probably boring as hell.
Okay. What's her name?
Dorothy Dollartree, though
Dorothy.
she does go by Dot.
Okay, Dot. Perfect. As you open the door, Dot is still inside. And as you enter, she's going to perk up immediately. Say, "Oh, Mr. Gilbert, I was wondering what time you'd be back tonight. There's somebody here for you."
Oh.
They seemed really urgent about it.
They're still here?
Yeah, I couldn't get her to leave.
Oh. It's not...
No. It's not her.
Okay. I'm gonna have to freshen up. Perhaps you can entertain for another 5 minutes?
Yeah,
and
of course.
He'll kind of shoot a glance down at the front of his shirt, which probably still has poisonous coffee stains of vomit all over it.
Did you add some new patterns to your coat? It looks different. You keep the theater pretty dim for theatrical effect, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she totally...
Like
she botched her perception roll, so she's gonna look at you. I really like the new pattern. It's really lovely.
I caught a bit of the rain, and you know how wool is. I think it's starting to shrink in a couple spots.
Oh, I'm sure
well.
you're probably just adding more muscle to your frame.
Yes, because lifting crystal balls really defines the muscles. Anyhow, you've done all your studies for the day?
Mm-hmm. That's right. I'm going to be the best secretary coming out of Washington State.
You've you've got the things that I asked for on the grocery list.
I do. Also, she did come by earlier and did check into your schedule, which unfortunately I did have to impart that you're busy all week and are not going to be in for the next 2 days doing outside engagement at parties.
Thank you.
Of course.
There was quite a doozy of a one last night.
Yeah? Well, maybe you'll meet a nice lady and then you'll be able to dodge her completely.
We can only hope. Anywho, I'm gonna go and like I said, freshen up a little.
I'll keep her occupied.
He'll probably vanish into the darkness like Batman.
I don't
Go
know
to
how
like a little back room where he keeps all of his outfits and things.
I don't know how he does that. That's pretty impressive. So dodging into the back room, you can re-outfit yourself as Gilbert the Magnificent. It is magnificent, right? Gilbert the Magnificent?
Gilbert the Great and Gifted.
Gilbert the Great and Gifted. Okay, so G. Perfect. All right, Gilbert the Great and Gifted.
All about the G's.
All about the G's. What up, G? You are able to properly deck yourself out. And as you are doing so, there is going to be a slip of paper that is slid under your door that gives you a couple of little pointers. Ruby Hensley, age 22, flapper, worried about infidelity from a guy named Alden.
He'll crumple up the paper after looking at it and toss it onto probably a big stack of other little crumpled up pieces of paper in the corner.
So, what's the plan?
Put on a good face. Showtime. You know how it is.
I want you to describe for me, what is your working area like? Where would she be kept this time of night?
Probably where the former ticket booth would have been. There's like a small little window that's been sealed up.
Like a confession booth almost?
Yeah. That
Okay.
kind of, from one side, there's a window that goes to the outside where people could buy tickets before the show. And then if you were to spin around, there's like the other side. You could buy whatever they were selling, like popcorn or candies or what have you. There's probably even a few little bits and pieces still on the floor and corners that have been stuck there permanently.
Okay. So is there anything that you're doing on the way over there aside from just prepping yourself?
He's probably brushing a lot of the creases and stuff off of his new shirt. It's kind of flamboyantly piratey underneath his usual kind of long, multicolored and multi-patched long coat.
Okay. You get a look at her as you make your way over through either the ticket window that you have set up or a series of like mirrors and things that allow you to get a glance before you normally would see someone like that. However you have it designed, you are able to get a glimpse at her. She's round-faced, looking a very egg-shaped head, which is only accentuated by that plastered pixie cut. The kind with all of the pomade that kind of holds it right to her forehead in a little curl. She looks like a children's book decoration of Humpty Dumpty in many ways. What would future basically be a live-action Betty Boop. She's there dressed in her flapper accoutrements, a big fur stole that is wrapped around her bare shoulders, wearing far too many necklaces. I would say probably at least 5 fingers of necklaces deep. just all manner of chains and pearls and beads, and to be fair, most of them are costume beads. Not worth any value at all, really, just glass. She's wearing a few too many rings and has the shortest skirt that you've seen outside of that party last night. Her knees are clacking together as you approach. And you can hear the sound of the glass beads jingling with nervous energy. What do you do?
He'll probably appear out of the darkness, much like Batman, barely making a sound, just standing there and be like, "It's a pleasure to have you."
Well, I suppose that means that you're Mr. Gilbert. The great and glamorous. Was it?
I'll accept that.
Well, my name is Ruby Rose.
It's my pleasure, Miss Rose.
Pleasure to meet you as well. I was told that you have powers great and beyond the ken of mortal men.
I mean, that is what the posters say.
That is what they say, and I'm a very good reader, sir. I was top of my class, and I did see out there that you are someone who is particularly good at solving problems that just can't normally be solved.
I'm more like a signpost that points you in the right direction.
Well, I can use all the signs that you have.
Say I can solve anything.
Well, I happen to be a bit lost myself, so maybe a signpost is exactly what I'm looking for.
Well, excellent. I'm particularly keen to hear what questions you might have for the great and mysterious beyond.
Well, where do we begin?
Well, allow me, and he'll offer a hand. The stage awaits, and I'm sure that an audience of one is pretty much perfect.
Now, no funny stuff. I don't know if your girl, I don't know if your girl Friday is going to be sticking around long, but I don't. Just being here with a gentleman caller by himself, I just need it stated that I'm in here for answers.
Oh.
Nothing more.
I assure you, this is completely and fully professional. If you like, she can pull up a seat.
No, I think that'll be fine. I just wanted to make it wanted to make it stated.
Oh, understandable. Dodd, if you're all done, feel free to lock up after yourself. I can escort the lady out when she's finished.
If you're sure, Mr. Gilbert. Whew, I am pretty tired.
Well, perhaps maybe come in a little later tomorrow.
No can do. You have all of the work in your Rolodex you need me to do, but I'll see what I can do. You have a good night, and
You too.
Good luck, Mr. Ruby. Don't worry. He's an absolute gentleman and very good at what he does. You came to the right place, and you're in the right hands.
And he'll mysteriously produce an entire deck of cards out of nowhere.
So you stage musician too, going to start pulling out handkerchiefs out of your sleeve?
I could if you like.
Maybe later.
Well, if you sneeze, I'll be first one there to be holding a handkerchief for you.
What a gentleman.
So, I'm sure you have a myriad of questions you wish to ask me.
That I do.
Before we start, have you ever done anything like this before?
I haven't. My mother told me that it wasn't a good idea to truck with the devil's nonsense, but I'm a bit desperate right now, so maybe a little bit of devil is what I need right now. Lord knows the angels ain't helping me.
I assure you, the devil wouldn't take a message from me, even if I were to write it in particularly colorful script.
Not even if you signed it in blood.
He would send it right back.
Well, that's reassuring. So what do we do? Walk me through this like it's my first time, because it is.
Well, how about we start off by getting an idea of who you are? I'm going to start putting cards down. Just tell me when to stop. And he'll start laying cards down one after another, almost like he was handing out a hand in poker.
What's a good number?
Whenever you feel the moment strikes you.
There.
That one.
Is that right?
Interesting. And he'll look at the card and he'll lay it down. It shows the 3 of Wands.
You sure this ain't no witchy stuff?
Does it feel witchy?
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it the wands?
That and the dress you're wearing.
Well, I assure you, this is just to add some theater.
Hey, whatever bathrobe you want to wear in public is your own business.
We're not in public.
I suppose not. Okay, so why are 3 sticks important?
You know what that means, don't you? The 3 of Wands means there's a culmination of schemes. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Well, I don't rightly know about that, but when I look at that, all I can see is... I've never seen a wand in person, but I have seen what looks like that, and those look like drumsticks to me.
And drums are something you enjoy?
I enjoy good music, and I happen to be fancy with a gentleman who plays the drums.
Interesting. So you have a question for me? Now that I have an idea of who you are?
Well, it seems to me that a drummer has only need for 2 sticks, and I guess my problem is some of the stuff that's happened with that 3rd stick, if you get my drift. I'm seeing a gentleman named Alden. Alden McKay. He's a drummer, plays jazz.
I think it's quite simple to lay your cards on the table like this, isn't it? Especially when you have someone who's willing to listen, especially to your questions.
Well, how is this any different than any type of going to a nun or something like that?
Oh, you could do that if you wanted, but you're here.
Alden's a good guy. A bit old. A bit older than me, at least. He's not originally from these parts. He came down from Vancouver when they needed somebody to play drums at the Blind Tiger. He said
is that where your paths first crossed?
I worked there as a cigarette girl. I guess I lit something in him. We got pretty fancy pretty quick, and I noticed right off the bat that there was something off about him, that he had a tan line wrapping all the way around one of his fingers. I asked him about it. he said he was married, but he and the missus split up. Well, the other night, he got a telegram delivered.
Gilbert's going to pull another card out and lay it down, face down on the table.
What is that one?
Did he tell you what was in the telegram?
No, he didn't get a chance to see it. I happened to intercept it before he got a hold of it. It's from
So you've seen it.
I've seen it. From a woman named Matilda. Said she's coming to visit soon. From up in Vancouver. She's mentioned that Tommy's okay. I don't know who Tommy is. And I don't know why it would matter that he's okay. But I don't like the sound of that.
Gilbert will flip the card over, and on it it'll show the lovers. And this is what you think the answer is.
I think that he and his wife ain't so separated.
Three of Wands indeed. Seems that you may be that third drumstick that you were concerned about.
Can you do me a favor? Can you make
Yep.
me a perception and empathy roll?
Can.
Cool. Difficulty 6. And I'm going to see if she can hide anything.
Perception.
You got one success.
Empathy. There's empathy. Can I spend willpower on this?
You can, yeah.
And that gives me
An automatic success.
Okay. And what was the difficulty again?
6.
6.
So.
Okay.
And if you have a specialty in perception or empathy, let me know.
I got one success, but I rolled 2 ones.
Oh no. Well, so that means that you flat failed. You did not you didn't botch because you got at least
Okay.
a success. So so looking at this, you can see that there's something that she's not telling you, but you're not able to get a vibe of what it is. You could probably pry a little deeper. You could probably coax it out of her, but your gut is saying there's something else here. Her knees are a little too knocky right now. There's something going on.
Gilbert's going to pull out his crystal ball and put it on the table. And he'll start looking into it and start mumbling some words. And I am going to actually use my ability to contact the spirit plane to see what they have to say about this.
Okay. So, why don't we go ahead and do that? So make me an arete roll. What are you using for this? Spirit 2? To just kind of reach across and ask some questions?
Yeah, I think so, because it's not very intrusive, and I mean, I'm in probably a pretty prime location to ask.
Yeah,
like
an old creepy theater. Yeah, I think that you'll have a pretty good time there. What I'd love it if you could do is make me a roll at difficulty 3.
How about 3 successes?
3 successes sounds absolutely fantastic. You are going to reach across, calling out to the spirits. What do you ask of them?
Is what she's saying, is that true? Are her fears unfounded, or are they completely founded?
So what I want you to do is, now, are you reaching out to the spirits of the dead, or are you reaching out just to, like, the spirits in general?
Spirits in general, like
Okay.
those like who would be considered guardian spirits over her, like previous loved ones that have passed on and aren't necessarily still tied to her because they're not like the dead, but more of her belief that someone up there is looking down.
So why don't you go ahead and give me a manipulation or charisma, depending on how you think you're going about this, to try to coax it out of the spirits that are on the other side. Give that to me with either leadership or expression or something. What's a skill that you think you would draw upon to try to convince them to tell you stuff?
Probably expression. I mean,
Okay.
he's going to be particularly flamboyant with arm movements and using ancient language to try to
Okay.
conjure forth an answer from the great
Well,
beyond.
if you're going to be being flamboyant about this, give me charisma and expression. Difficulty of 6. Let's see if you can make a deal with the spirits.
So 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and difficulty of 6.
Yep. Pretty standard.
Ooh. 1 success, but I got a 10, so I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay. Yeah, you have a specialty, right?
So 2 successes.
Okay. What's your specialty that you're using?
Fortune telling.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I'll allow it this time. Perfect. Okay, so...
It doesn't get much more fortune
really
telling
doesn't,
than this.
So you are going to hear kind of a gasping, wheezing voice with a low feminine quality to it across. And what was the question that you asked?
Are her fears unfounded, or are her fears absolutely exactly what is happening? Is there still a connection between the one that she's interested in and, I guess, his, as she put it, former wife?
There is nothing former. The man philanders. The man sows oats. The man has laid seed in the one that comes and brings the progeny with. She does not know about the seed that is buried inside of this one's fertile soil, or how it will spring to life should she not wring the life from it. Ask her about the floorboards and pay me in kind.
Gilbert's going to stand up, flail his arms, and kick the chair back from behind him and look at her almost like he just discovered some knowing truth. The voices that surround you, that are always there watching, have spoken to me, and they've told me exactly what you're looking for. But I have to ask you, what price would you pay to know the truth?
Well, I don't know. I thought it was $4.
That's the price for my services. I'm asking, if you were to know the truth, what would you sacrifice, knowing that your entire life could change direction at this moment?
What kind of things would you want from me?
This is a question I'm asking to ask yourself. Are you willing to continue down this path? Do you want to really know the answers that you see?
Yes, I want to know that Alden's faithful.
You already know what answer you want to hear.
Well, of course I know what answer I want to hear. What kind of fool doesn't know what they want to hear?
Do you want the truth, or do you want your truth?
Well, if I had the choice, I'd say they'd be one and the same. Why?
$4 is a bargain for what you're about to discover.
Well, fine. And she's going to slap $4 down on the table. Well, then tell me what I deserve to know there, Gilbert the Grand.
What you hope for isn't the path you're going to be taking.
Excuse me? What are you saying there?
You heard me.
And just what path am I going to be taking then?
That's up to you.
How about you just tell it to me straight without spitting mumbo jumbo at me from that big crystal ball thing you got there?
Exactly what I said. The truth you hope for isn't the truth.
So you're saying that Alden's a cheating scumbag?
I didn't say that. You said that. Plus the voices that surround you say that. Either you've said that to yourself. What is it? Fear? Concern? Worry? You've obviously told yourself this, what? Once? Twice? 100 times? 1,000 times? See, you didn't need my answer. You already knew the answer.
Can you do me a favor? I want you to make me a charisma plus empathy roll and tell me the emotional reaction you're trying to get out of her. Because I feel like you're trying to lead her somewhere, but I know the mental state she's in, and I'm going to see whether or not you get her there.
Charisma and empathy.
I know, right?
What's my target?
6.
6. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, and I got a 10 in there.
Nice. Do you have a charisma specialty?
3 successes.
Yeah, that's still better than not. So she is going to pause. Anger is going to flash behind her eyes, and you think for a moment she's about to clock you for saying something bad about him. Well,
you only wanted to hear the truth, and I gave it to you. What are you feeling? Fear? Anger? Upset? Every time I hear the truth, I feel some degree of comfort. Some clarity.
Maybe some degree.
Some understanding. And
what do I feel?
Some hope.
I feel...
lied to? Betrayed?
Like I need to go see a doctor about a problem.
Perhaps even a nun.
I don't want to wait until I end up in a convent. I want to get it taken care of right quick. Unless you know of anybody.
Unfortunately, no.
I'll have to find it myself. Actually, you do know somebody, but whether or not you want to say that. Well, enjoy your $4. Here's a tip for your girl Friday. She was real sweet to me. And she'll leave an extra 50 cents on the table.
You're too kind. And if you ever have any more questions, my door is always open.
You speak to ghosts, right? All googly moogly?
I don't know if they listen most times.
Well, I'm going to send you one. See how Alden likes that. And she'll turn and head toward the door.
Gilbert's going to pick up the chair that's on the floor and slide the $4 into one of his pockets and let out a long gasp, and then probably sit in the chair for a few minutes staring in the crystal ball.
And I think on that note, we're going to take a quick break. So folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick break. This word from our sponsors, Ovaltine. I don't know. See you in a minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mage the Ascension Bedlam. While we were in that previous scene, Caitlan has arrived. Hello, Caitlan. Would you like to introduce yourself, or are we just going to hop right in? All right.
No one needs to know who I am.
No one needs to know. No one cared who you were until you put on the wig.
No one cares who I am until I put on the Zoe mask.
This is true. We need to get you that mask. Your upgrades are in progress. God, I'm so excited to be heading back into Cold Iron tomorrow. But folks, normally we would have a little bit of a talk to the chat and just kind of like muse a little bit. But tonight we are on a deadline, so we need to start causing more trauma. And sorry about any previous trauma. As we exited that scene, I was like, woof, I'm really sorry, guys. I was channeling a real not good person in a bad situation, because you can be a good person in a bad situation, but you also can be a shitty person in a bad situation. And this is the world of darkness. And that's what we love. All right. So without further ado, let's head back into Bedlam. Now, it has been a little bit of time since you left Nurse May's place and headed back toward your various places of residence, various places of respite. Now, just to make Chris sweat a little more, I think I'm going to hop in immediately and hop over to Betty, because I'm cruel that way, and I'm sorry, Chris. So we find ourselves outside of Betty's apartment. House? It's apartment. You have a nice apartment to yourself, right?
It's an apartment. Yeah, she has an apartment to herself. Yeah.
So I'm not sure how you made it back home, but it could be generally assumed that you either took a cab or you were dropped off nearby by Gilbert or something like that. But as you are heading up to your front door, you're going to hear a shuffle on the street. It has been a long night. Between being patched up by May, between being poisoned by strange cultists, not the fun type of cultists that you hang out with, there is going to be a lot of tension just kind of hanging around you. And then, as you're walking up, you're going to hear, "Hey, Dollface! You're not calling it a night this early, are you?" And as you turn around, you're going to see the rather friendly, very rectangular face of Mickey Cohen.
Oh.
I was hoping I'd run into you tonight. You look a little dingy right now. Is everything okay? That outfit's, is that...
Well, it's seen better days.
Is that blood?
So it's not mine, don't worry.
Well, that's even more worrying. Well, never mind. I was hoping to swing by, and I've got good timing, like most of us do, and thought that you might want to head out to a jazz club tonight with a couple of performers there. Some real great music, but I don't think you'd be down for that, would you? You look a mite ruffled.
Well, I am positively beat, Mickey, but, you know, if you just give me a moment to wash up a little bit.
Are you sure about that? I don't want to make you go anywhere that you're not... You know what?
No, Mickey, give me a moment just to freshen up.
Of course. I'm not gonna double thank you. You're a strong, independent woman. You know what you want, and me questioning that is not the way to a more egalitarian world.
And you know that I can make it through a night, Mickey. No matter what happened during the day.
That I do. Do you want me just to wait out here for you? I got my car parked over here. I can just wait in the car.
Well, that sounds lovely.
Well, my truck. You remember, it's the one with the blue stripe on the side?
Of course, how could I forget?
All right. I'll wait in there. I'll keep the engine running for you.
All right. I won't be too long.
He hops in. You can hear the radio playing some old, well, some new, I guess we would say, some new music over the. Did they have radios in cars in 1926?
I have no idea. No?
Did win radio in car? Oh, yeah,
Sure,
introduced a car.
Most of the radios were pretty big because they had vacuum tubes.
That's fair. So they did have some in the 1920s, but it wasn't standard until the 1930s when they could start shrinking it down. The Motorola radio, holy crap. A Ford Model A cost $540. A 1930s Motorola radio was $130. So it would be a third the cost of a car. Wow.
Oh my god.
Or a fourth, I guess. Actually, literally a fourth. Okay, so heading into your place, do you get dressed up and get ready to head out?
Yeah, 100%. She's gonna kind of clean herself off, kind of spritz herself with perfume, and probably do a little party stuff, and then head out.
Sounds good. Now, you get all dolled up, you get ready to head out on the town, and as you do, can you do me a favor and make me a perception and alertness roll?
Absolutely. I just have to remove all of my drinks. Perception and alertness?
Alertness.
Ciao. Sorry, difficulty, 7.
Difficulty of 7. I didn't say, but difficulty 7 sounds good to me because it is fairly dimly lit on these streets.
My brain thought 7. 1 success.
And pardon me just 1 minute. You head out the door. And as you do, you're going to notice something. There's a footprint there on the steps out of the rain that doesn't match your own. Now, the thing is that the apartment that you live in, are there many men that live there, or is it mostly just for young women of well-to-do means?
No, there's men that live there for sure.
Okay. Well, what you'll notice is there are some man-sized footprints near the front door. And as you glance up, you'll notice that you have this feeling in your gut. This feeling like you're being watched. But between the rain that's drizzling down and the dim street lights and the way that the light cascades in these stark gradients, you aren't able to pick out anybody in any of the nearby alleys or on the street that's paying attention to you, but all the same, you kind of feel that pressure between your shoulder blades. Nearby, you can see that Mickey is sitting in his car, or his truck, the one with the blue stripe on the side, just banging the steering wheel, kind of in an unrhythmic pattern, just kind of zoning out.
Sure.
Hey! He opens the door.
Mickey.
All right, you ready to go see a blind tiger?
Of course.
Have you ever been there
I
before?
can't spend nights alone anyway.
Yeah, me either. That's why I have 4 roommates.
And that's why I got you. And all the other friends.
Yeah, all the other friends. Well, it's, yeah. Honestly, I'm surprised that you're not out there partying already. So, about the blood, and he's going to shift the car or the truck into drive and start taking you down the street.
Well, it's a bit of a long story, but I guess we got the time.
Do you just tell him everything?
No, probably not everything. Probably she's gonna make it sound like when they found the body, she got covered in blood. She's
Okay.
like, that was weird.
How many bodies?
Well, just the one. Oh, sorry, the very first waterlogged
Oh, the
body.
first one. Okay. Sounds good. So that's what happened down by the
that was
water.
a couple days ago.
That was technically just last night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but this is the next night.
This is the next night. So that's what happened when the party broke up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, and Pete, wow. Well, you managed to make it out of there, okay? I mean, obviously, it seems like you did. Like,
Well, yeah. I'm all in one piece. Poor bloke isn't, but...
yeah, apparently not. Do you... Goddamn pigs.
Agreed.
Kicking out the door, trying to stifle the working power of the everyman. Honestly, Prohibition, absolute bullshit. It's just an excuse to roll in an invading army from Washington. Because that's all it is.
I
Life,
agree
liberty-
with you.
Life, liberty, and this pursuit of happiness, my ass. It's all about just capitalistic enterprise. This is what I'm saying. We need to move to more a socialist or communist motto. Or at least a model. Maybe we should just burn the entire thing down. I know some friends back in Europe that are anarchists, and I know they get a big rap, or a bad rap, but, you know, ever since the war, but I don't know, maybe they have a better idea about this. Maybe just burn it all down and, you know, let the people with level heads sort it out. I think that we're underestimated.
Well, I agree with you there. You have a lot of energy for this at the moment. Do you like to, like, calm down just a little bit?
Sorry. No. I'm fine to drive.
You're very up here, and I'm very down here, currently.
You're right. Sorry. You worried me.
We could be right here. Together.
Yeah, I'll meet you in the middle there. I got nabbed last night, so I guess I'm still a little pissed.
You got nabbed? Nabbed?
Yeah, at the raid.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
They were gonna throw me in the clink, but let me say your old pal Mickey's got a couple of tricks up his sleeve and a lockpick set.
Yeah, I remember all your stories about that, Mickey.
That's where I got. Hold on.
You know,
Here-
you should write a book about your life.
Yeah,
I think
maybe.
it'd sell awful well. I mean, just pretend it's fiction, right? But
Well, I don't know.
grand
Fiction.
adventures of, I don't know, something that's not Mickey Cohen.
Yeah, well, I don't think that. I'd have to change a lot of details. Like, nobody's interested in hearing the adventures of some Jewish kid from Ohio, right?
I am. I'm sure there are others who are. Jewish
Well.
kids from Ohio.
Oh yeah, all three of us are really excited to read that story. I'm looking forward to it.
But Mickey, it doesn't have to resonate with the entire world. Nothing's made for everybody, right?
Yeah, maybe not.
And what else
So-
is made for Jewish kids in Ohio?
Dreidels?
Fair enough.
Lord knows they're not getting any good locks out there. I went to visit my grandma in New York, and that's the good stuff. I don't even know why I came all the way out here. Well, I know why I came all the way out here, but have you ever been to the Blind Tiger? Is this your first time?
It's my first time.
I think you're gonna like it. Who knows? Maybe by the end of the night, you'll be kind of up here too.
I'm sure I will be. I'm getting there, Mickey. I promise you. It's been a long night already.
Do you need any? I got a couple pick-me-ups in the glove box if you want.
I got my own.
Okay. Well, hey, just trying to be a gentleman.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, Betty.
Mm-hmm.
Just be careful with that stuff, okay? There's a reason I don't touch it.
I will. I always am.
You ever try Mongolian throat singing? We're just gonna fade out on that. Because there's no way I'm gonna manage that. No, I can't do it.
Nah, I wouldn't be able to.
And swapping inside, let's go see what the inside of the blind tiger is. And let me tell you this, the blind tiger is absolutely fantastic. If the blind tiger wasn't blind already, he would be from the garish interior. The blinding reds, burgundies, and blues that line the room, splashed with black and murals that depict various performers in a very, very flashy modern style. It's garish, it's hard on the eyes, and if the lights were fully up, it would be too much to bring in. But luckily for you all, it's not. The lights are low, and as soon as you enter, the smell of cigarette smoke hangs in the air, blue and evanescent. And as you take a look around, as you find a place, you can see that there are a number of, well, not bartenders, although there is a bar that's serving non-alcoholic drinks, teas, coffees, and things like that. The place stinks of coffee. There's horn music playing. A band is on stage, filling the room with a little bit of big band at the moment. There are cigarette girls walking around in little tassel skirts. There are the two separate areas of the club that are segregated, unfortunately. And Raoul, as you enter, you are brought over to one of the nicer spots, which is where we're going to pick up with you. Now, Raoul, you're supposed to be out there tonight, having a good time and doing a little bit of legwork. Did you go home and clean up, or did you go straight out?
Oh, I had to go home and put on a new shirt. I got stabbed. So that was the start of that. Had to go get cleaned up. I think when he got back to his apartment, he had a moment where he really realized what had happened in the evening up to that point. That he's killed 2 people for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But he has work to do, so he's going to, using hermetic magic, take all his feelings about that event and just shove them into a glass bottle.
Okay.
Can I use a mind effect to do that?
You absolutely can.
I'll use, I'll do the first attempt.
Mind 1 is all it will take. Give it to me a difficulty of 3.
1 success, I'll take some time.
Sounds good.
And there we go. That's another 3 successes.
3 successes. That'll work. You'll be able to suppress your negative emotions until you turn it off.
Great. So he's going to take a ritually prepared bottle from on his shelf that at one point held honey or held mead, and stopper that bottle, seal it with wax, and just slip it in a bag and carry it with him, but empty bottle for now.
Okay.
So kind of a more flat effect to his face, kind of more professional looking. And this is a very normal thing to do. This seems like a very reasonable approach to handling what's happened.
Most people hide their emotions at the bottom of the bottle.
Yeah. Some more just literally than others.
Mm-hmm.
So with a fresh but not new shirt on, Raoul will make his way to the tiger.
Sounds good. So that is where you're going to be led in and set inside. Now, I want you to do me a favor and just make me a general perception and alertness roll first. And this is just a difficulty of 7 because it is fairly noisy in here.
2 successes.
Perfect. And do you, before I ask anything else, do you have any points of performance or, pardon me, in M20, I believe it's art or expression?
Nope.
Okay.
No, and 1 point of expression.
Okay. Sounds good. That's good for me to know. Can you also make me a perception and awareness roll at difficulty 8?
Yes. Slightly better at that.
Okay.
That is 2 successes.
Okay. You are brought to a seat, and as you are wandering through, you're going to hear people chattering, and just generally having a good time. A lot of people talking about the stock market, about how this is a great time for a bear market to jump in and really invest. One guy is talking nearby about how, you know what, the best part about it is I don't even need to have much money. All I have to do is draw on some loans, pop that in, and boom, I'm going to be rich before long. You don't even need collateral to enter the market at this point. You pass another person, a pair of cigarette girls saying, "Did you hear? The drummer. Drummer's got her in a family way. Yeah, that's why she ain't in tonight. She's off, I sent her to that voodoo guy, the one that reads the cards." You didn't. Of course I did. Seriously, she's not going to listen to me when I say that he's, well, a scum sucker. Maybe she'll listen to some witch guy. You're terrible. And as you're wandering in, you will then see that over by the bar, over by the, what would be the bar normally before Prohibition, is a pair of people you actually recognize. Mickey Cohen and Betty. They still have a little bit of dew on their shoulders, showing that they probably just came in from the rain a couple of minutes before you.
Hey, Betty!
Hmm? Oh.
Oh, you two
Raoul.
know each other.
Yeah, Mickey.
Uh-huh.
We met at the party last night. We met before, but we really met at the party last night.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good stuff. Good stuff. Coffee? They got some good stuff here. I mean, it's pretty bad stuff, but it, you know, this time of night, anything's good.
The coffee sounds perfect.
That's true.
Chris, can Raoul do me a favor and make me a stamina plus awareness roll?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. What's the difficulty?
Let's say 8.
1 success.
You head over, and he orders a coffee from the bar and hands it over to you. And as you reach over to grab it, you feel a sharp pain in your stomach at that wound. When you were changing your shirt earlier, May Holloway was able to heal you up. Now, you haven't been the recipient of too much healing magic before, so you don't know how it works. But I will say that as you were patching up and getting ready to head out here, maybe you weren't paying attention, or maybe you just had to rush, but the wound is healed, but the scar is broad and puckered and angry. Like the flesh had kind of boiled up. Like it was packed with mashed potato flakes underneath the skin. The scar was awful. And as you reach out, there is a low, grinding pain in that scar. You don't drop the coffee cup, but you will spill a little on your fingers. You okay there, chum?
Yeah, you just bought me a drink and I just spilled some of it. Apologies.
It's cheap. It's a nickel. I can cover it for you. Especially after the night you had. I heard about what happened down at the water with the guy who needs swimming lessons.
Yeah, deadly bit of business that. So what brings you out tonight?
I just wanted to see the band.
Oh, I hear they're great.
You know, I think it's actually the way that we need to be moving things. Did you know this band is, it's an unsegregated band?
Yeah, I heard. I actually got a little work to do tonight, but
Oh, yeah, hey.
definitely here for the show.
Well, I guess we're in luck. And he glances over your shoulder. And with that, the previous set closes up. And the man on stage comes over and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the Freedom Quartet."
Oh, this is the one, right? This is the one?
This is the one.
And they begin playing. Now, it's an interesting band because there are several people on instruments, but they're not... You're used to seeing at these type of establishments usually a very pale group, or perhaps a full band of black performers, or maybe a full band of Asian performers. But there's very little segregation, or pardon me, there's very little co-mixing in this day and age. And yet, as you're looking here, you'll see that there is a white drummer, a black piano player. There's a man who's perhaps Chinese on a horn, and one more person preparing to sing that, well, you can't quite even make it out. But the strangest thing is that taking a look at this, normally that would strike you as strange, but in this moment, in this place of music, nobody says anything, nobody does anything. There's no rising sense of apprehension. Just the stinging of cigarette smoke inside of your lungs, and a mutual appreciation of music. And for those of you who are perhaps of a more liberal bent, or are perhaps a member of the Cult of Ecstasy, there's a sense of harmony, not just in the people working together to perform, but in the idea that this is what it should be like in the first place. Focused on music, focused on connection. Not something so surface level. And it is then that the man that you are here to see begins to play. Now, Elijah Carter is a handsome man. He's tall and broad and has spent a lot of his life doing manual labor, and it shows in the swell of his shoulders. To play the piano tonight, he's taken off his suit jacket, and he's down in just a vest, broad shoulders sticking out either side, and as he moves, the sinew of his arms will dance under the low light. His fingers are impossibly long, it seems. And a low beat accompanies his work on the piano, filling the room with a sense of majesty, a sense of magic. And that is something that you are going to pick up. Number one, he is an exceptional piano player. Anybody with a point of expression or above is going to notice that he has had years of training and has honed his craft to at least those 8, 9, maybe even 10,000 hours that people talk about. But those of you, and Caitlan, can you please roll me perception and awareness as well?
Yeah. Perception and awareness. Ciao. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ciao. Difficulty?
Difficulty 8.
1 success.
Both of you are going to feel a chill up your spine as a little bit of this music flows through your ear. And it feels like getting water dripped into your ear. A little bit. Just not in a bad way, but just a chill that connects you, a shockwave that rolls through your frame. You're going to find yourselves calmed, at peace, as a mind effect rolls out over the audience. It's subtle, and it's gentle, and it's generally non-invasive. But damned if this isn't some magic being cast. However, it's not the music itself. You think that there's something hidden in it. And with a point of expression there, Raoul, you think it is something to do with the progression of chords. Some type of divine mathematics worked into it. It's rudimentary, but it's working. And as he finishes playing his solo, the band will pick up with him. And as you watch, the audience will swoon and will sway with it. It's not the type of thing that people dance to, but it is the type of thing that they vibe to, for lack of a better phrase. And for an entire glorious set of one song after the other, flowing into one another, like where oceans meet, you find yourself swept up, to carry the metaphor a bit further. Carried out to sea, adrift. And the next hour passes in delightful, warm connection. There's nothing but coffee, music, and the moment. And you're not sure if that's the magic or just the magic of good music. But after the day you've had, hell, why pick? It goes on for about an hour. And at the end of it, the band takes a break, replaced by another band that will keep playing on stage. And they retire to mingle with the audience, and it's about that point that that mind effect is going to lessen quite a bit.
Whew.
What do you all do?
Wow, he's a mighty fine specimen.
That was very, very well done.
Yeah, it really was. Huh. So, he the one you're working on?
I think so. I think he's, I see where he's coming from.
Well, I think you might be able to find out. He's, kind of heading this direction. And sure enough, the band makes it up toward the side of the bar. And Elijah will turn and give you a nod. I didn't think you were going to make it out tonight.
You know, Elijah, I've had a hell of a day. I'm glad I could be here for it, though.
Yeah, you look a little dark under the eyes. Everything all right?
Better now.
Listen, it's probably not the best place to talk, given that people are going to want me to be doing a lot more kowtowing than I prefer. We can keep this up in the green room if you want to come in. You can bring your friends too if you want, but it's safer back there. Sir, he says, shooting a look at some people nearby.
That sounds lovely. Betty, if you'll excuse me for a moment, I'll be right back.
Happy you enjoyed the performance, sir.
Of course.
Ma'am?
Sir, it was wonderful. I had a lovely time. You are just spectacular.
Thank you very much. He's going to
right.
turn and head down a side hallway. Do you follow, Raoul?
Absolutely. And he will, if no one else is looking, shoot Betty a little wink and then continue down the hall.
Ooh. What does it mean, Betty? What does it mean?
What could it mean?
I have no idea. I'm curious.
Yeah,
he
me
takes
too.
you. I know, right? he takes you. I don't know either. Okay. All right. He takes you into a side room, a green room for the two people who don't know. Is usually like a waiting area for performers. It is just a place where you can relax, like usually a couple of couches, maybe some chairs. Nothing particularly spectacular. As you head inside, you'll see there are a bunch of suitcases, it's a safe place to keep your materials when you're on stage. And he's going to turn and grab a seat and say, "Come on in."
Thanks for having me.
It's not a problem at all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a drink. Can I offer you one as well?
I would love one, thank you. I could use one after the day. And Raoul will light a cigarette and offer Elijah one.
Thank you. Don't mind if I do. He takes the cigarette from your hands and will reach into the side of one of the suitcases and pull out a flask of some strong smelling brandy, maybe? It's apricot brandy, actually. Strong scent to it. So, tell me why I should be joining this, your local order. That's what we're here to talk about?
Yes, sir. You're obviously a man who understands the value of practice, of hard work, of learning the progression, learning how things work, building on top of things. I see that now in your music. Magic is not unlike that. Our practice is not unlike that.
Okay, but Raoul? Right? That was it. Raoul, right?
That's right.
Are the rest of these wizard motherfuckers like you, or are they like Merlins?
Some of them are like me. I wish more of them were. Alas, people represent all sorts of society. However, my order specifically, the House Bonnie Sagus, our job is to teach. Our job is to teach the spread of magic everywhere. We cannot just let someone with certainly your talent or anyone's talent go to waste. Not that what you're doing is wasteful, but we can grow. You could grow.
Yeah, I guess I could. It does sound nice, but look, I've had smoke blown up my ass enough times that I'm a little wary. I don't want to say yes just to go to your chantry. That's what it's called?
Yes.
Just to end up doing your dishes. Or taking in your laundry.
I pay
And I know
someone to
that's...
do that.
And I bet they look a lot more like me. I've been excluded from things before. And I don't just mean out here. I mean, you're not the first bunch of wizards who's reached out. Alright? Ever since I came up from the south, I tried in Portland. I even did a stint in Sacramento. No matter where I go, make me a perception and empathy roll.
Can I make a... No.
Hmm?
Is there some other role I can do other than empathy?
What do you think?
Could I do politics, or could I do...
Fleur? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, perception and politics. It's still not a good pool, but...
Yeah, let's do that.
Difficulty?
Difficulty with politics, let's say 6, regardless.
All right, I got a success.
Okay, theoretically, under the tenets of Hermes, every magus should be judged on their magical acumen, knowledge, and they should be judged on their merits, not on their skin color, not on their gender, not on anything else. But, I mean, hell, even Ducasse was originally, what, from Thailand?
Yep.
They say. Funny name for it. Kind of very German name in spite of that. So you would think that... Well, the problem is, though, that wizards are people, and people suck.
Mm-hmm. And Raoul will not pretend that he understands. I have not walked your road. But what I can do is say, I hold the Code of Hermes close to my heart.
Yeah.
And my responsibility is to teach. And to spread power. Or not power etiquette for that. But,
Yeah.
but to spread that knowledge to all those that are interested and willing to use it for the betterment of humanity. That is my pledge to you. That, if you wish to study with me,
All right. Can I ask you a question?
absolutely. I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Why'd they send you?
They don't like me very much.
I figured as much, but why specifically? What's your dirty secret? Because I'll tell you mine. I don't know if you know this. I'm black.
I've heard.
Shit, who told? He's gonna take another pull off his flask and pass it to you.
Raoul will absolutely shotgun this cigarette. Because no matter what I do, my magics, my work smells bad, looks bad, feels bad. Done nothing wrong, follow the same steps. I'll show you if you like.
Fuck yeah, do it.
All right. Raoul will attempt to create a hologram using prime magic
Okay.
Or an illusion. Sorry, not a hologram, because
An
I am a
illusion,
wizard and not
Michael.
a scientist.
right.
And create an image of the two of them in space. Just
Oh, okay. Give me that. So it's vulgar. It is back here. Why don't we say that's going to be at a difficulty of 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, please. 6 if you're using. If
I'll
you're
use
using
my-
your.
I'll use my focus, and I will
Okay.
spend a willpower on it because
Sounds
I
good.
want to do this. One success, just the one.
Well, okay. For a brief moment, there is a flare. And what is the image you're trying to present?
Just the two of us standing as equals in amongst the stars. There we go.
It is a moment that passes. And in that, there is a little touch of infinity there. And yet, in that infinity, what you mean to reach for is the starlight reflecting off of your flesh, your eyes, to share a moment of the expansive beauty of the cosmos. But in that brief moment, you watch the cascading pinpricks of stars that surround you in the night sky grow further and further apart. No, it's not that. It's the blackness between the stars, the void, the emptiness. It starts to bleed over the light like a white piece of paper with a carelessly abandoned ink pen atop of it. And slowly, as slowly as can happen in a single heartbeat, that darkness insidiously creeps out. The cold indifference of a universe that will snuff out and die. And what is on the other side of it is waiting and hungry for the creatures that are left there when the lights go out and their
Raoul.
vulnerable bellies.
Raoul will flick his cigarette through this image and just wave away the energy for it.
The fuck was that?
Didn't do anything wrong. Not what's supposed to happen. But technically correct.
Hell, I was just thinking maybe you fucked somebody's wife.
God, I wish. So much easier. No, this is a metaphorical problem I'm working on. So while I be teaching you, that's what I'm working on in the background, fixing that.
And my magic's not gonna go all like that?
No, yours smells better than mine. You can create harmony in that room. I can't do that. Bleeds
Well,
in.
maybe... Bonnie Sagus.
Sir.
I ain't sure if that's exactly where I'm going to end up, but I'd be willing to hear it out. I know for sure I ain't a flambeau. I know for sure that I ain't a Caitlan.
Mm-hmm.
What are the other ones they were talking about? My dick's too big to be a shay. Because they only take ladies, right?
Yeah.
Well, definitely too big then.
Listen, there's plenty more. Some that aren't around anymore, but we'll find you the right spot.
You know, when I first awakened, it was down in New Orleans, and I was traveling through, playing in a jazz band. And you're right, I met this weird old lady. She said she was from House Tharsis, I think it was. The shit about the weather.
When was that? What year?
It was last year, 25. She said she was one of the last ones there.
And what was her name?
God, what was her name? Joe. She had a boy's name. Weird old broad. Had to be at least, I don't know, 60.
Yeah, they're. I'll tell you more about their house later, but
Nah, I don't need to hear shit about that.
it's an interesting tidbit information if you want to learn more about the Code of Hermes. We can talk about why they're not around anymore.
Yeah. You know what? I was real worried you were going to be a right son of a bitch, but you seem okay. Maybe we'll have a lot of time to talk about this after all.
Sounds good.
You can tell your higher-ups that I'm willing to come and learn so long as things are even. And
I'll
I
tell
don't
that-
do windows.
I'll tell that to them, and you have my guarantee. And if someone asks you to do the windows, they have more coming for them than they know.
He holds out his hand to you. He meets yours, and you shake, and his hand is warm and strong, and damned if his fingers aren't long. They wrap almost all the way around yours. And I think, Raoul, you might just very well have an apprentice.
Yeah.
Now, the rest of the night passes in a blur. It goes well, and my God, guys, you actually get a night's sleep.
What?
I know. I would love it if everyone here could please get a point of willpower back from sleeping.
Woof.
Except, Caitlan,
Yeah,
could you please do me a favor and make me your nightmares roll?
I can. How do we do that again?
So, nightmares is, you make a willpower roll. It's your full willpower. I think it's difficulty 8,
Okay.
but I'm just going to double check that real quick.
Ciao.
So, nightmares is at a difficulty of, whenever you sleep, you... It just says you make a willpower roll. So I'm going to say difficulty 6 then.
Okay. 1.
Okay. So all you need is 1. So you are
Okay.
going to have some fairly rough nightmares. But you're going to be able to sleep through them. And one of the nightmares that you are going to have is about the ride home. And it's a quick one. But you pull up at the end of the night after a night of music and entertainment. And you remember sitting in the front of the truck there. The memory of the lounge kind of pulling around, kind of like moving around in your head as You talk about idle things, giggling and chatting with Mickey. It's almost 2 in the morning at this point. And you're laughing. He goes, I'm really glad you came out tonight. I thought I was going to have to do it by myself. And, you know, I don't know. I love music. I love that kind of stuff. But it's just, it's better with, you know, better with other people.
Of course it is. And of course I'd never miss it for the world, Mickey.
That's good. Hey, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What kind of food do you like? Do you like, have you ever had,
all sorts of food.
you ever, do you eat Chinese often? I know a good Chinese place, and, you know, if music's good shared, I thought that maybe, maybe we, do you want to grab dinner with me sometime? You know, you could be as friends or whatever. I guess what I'm saying is I'd love to buy.
That.
I'd love that too. You're a lot of fun, and I can't wait to have some Kung Pao chicken with you.
Kung Pao chicken. I like that. That's a very strong word. Kung Pao.
Well, and he smiles at you. And this is where the dream diverges. Because as he smiles at you in the dream, you remember that he smiled and got out and pulled your door for you. But in the dream, he smiles at you. And the smile keeps reaching toward the corner of his eyes. And it keeps reaching up and up and up until the corners of his lips touch the corners of his eyes. The skin splits like brittle paper. Blood begins pouring out of the corners of his eyes, down the ripped cheeks. And that's when you see that he's not Mickey. Well, he is Mickey. But the person you've been talking to is something that's wearing Mickey. And as he smiles that incredible smile, you can see rows and rows of bloody shark teeth. As his face begins to unfold like a Venus flytrap made of fang and muscle. How about a kiss? It says as it leans in. And that's where you're going to wake up.
Ugh. I hate those dreams. Ugh.
What time were you all planning to meet the next day? Were you planning to go on a night raid of the lighthouse? Were you planning to go on a day trip? What was the deal?
Betty would have asked what time is more appropriate for Gilbert's seances. Or does it matter?
It probably doesn't matter, but if you want more success, it's going to be the obvious answer once it gets dark. And if you really want a good answer, let's wait for a full moon.
So after dark, then.
Yeah.
Take an acceptable answer.
All right.
Do we want to wait until after dark? Or do we feel like we're a little pressed for getting answers?
I don't know. What's the plan?
I'd rather go as soon as possible, get this over with, but my work's contract. I can go whenever. Victor, do you have to stay for work?
Not for work, but if we have time, I could visit my father-in-law. He might be able to find some things we missed.
What does he do?
He's actually my mentor. Taught me what I know.
That sounds nice.
So, let's ask him. And then meet up as soon as we can after that. Say early afternoon.
Yeah, that works.
It's the opposite of your timeline,
States in the
Gilbert.
middle?
Yeah.
There's ways around it. I mean, if you're all there helping, it'll just make things go easier.
Any supplies that you need?
I've never done it before, but just tell me what to do and I'll help you out.
You know, I'll bring the usual things. Maybe some candles. I mean, if we really want to pave the road, perhaps human sacrifice, and he'll smirk.
What?
I
Oh,
feel like we've
you-
already done that one.
That's kind of
With
the
some-
point.
Would some altered states help? Mental states?
I never thought of that.
Would you like to try?
Considering how we want clear answers, perhaps I should stay that way too.
I respect your decision.
So, you take some time that day to gather up your things. You go, and I want you to do me a favor. Traz, can you make me a charisma plus mentor roll to see whether or not
Yeah.
you can grab your mentor?
sure. What difficulty?
Let's go difficulty 8, because he does have a day job.
Well, I'm gonna burn that willpower just in case.
Sure.
So 4 successes altogether.
All right. So you managed to ring him up on the phone. He's now, what does he sound like? Is he very Bernie Sanders like? Is kind of how you
Yeah, I
described him?
think that. Yeah, I think we decided he was essentially Bernie Sanders.
Oh, it sounds good. It sounds good. I can absolutely do that. Victor, my boy, how are we doing today? It's wonderful to hear your voice.
Good to hear. Good to hear from you too, Dad.
What?
Sorry. We need to talk.
Your line's crap,
Ver-
son. What can I do for you? I'm in the middle
need
of
your
doing an experiment right now. An experiment. But I got a minute to talk. What can I do for you?
The bad. She might still be alive.
What? You hear the sound of the phone clattering, and then someone scrabbling for it. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that for me one more time.
Helen might still be alive.
I never stop believing. What makes you say that?
I have her locket.
That's a good start.
But it's really, there's something really, really weird going on, and I need your expertise with this. I have some friends with me, but
How can I
maybe
help?
you can bring what I found. It's symbols and on skin.
Okay, are you coming to me or am I coming to you? I can meet you somewhere.
We're at any place for work.
I can meet you directly after this. I just gotta, I would just call out right now, but it's a really sensitive thing. And my assistants, I've got Greg here today. You know Greg's an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Greg, but it's true. Don't cry. He's crying. Look, I can meet you as soon as this is done.
We'll head over to you then.
Don't. Yeah, that's fine. You head over to me when you're done with doing what you're doing. I ain't going nowhere. Or, excuse me, I'm starting to sound like Greg. I am not going anywhere. Listen to me, speaking in colloquialisms like some type of, like buffoon. And there he goes crying again. My boy. How sure of this are you?
Fairly sure. But I don't know how much time she has.
Then the game is afoot. Not that it's any type of game, really. I mean, it's more of a metaphor, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
All right. I will see you as soon as you take care of what you need to do. Grab anything that you need and bring it my way.
Yes, sir.
No. You can call me Dad.
Sorry, habit.
I mean, you don't work for me anymore.
Sorry, Dad.
There's no problem, son. Say hello to Lily for me.
I will.
If you see her before I do, okay?
I will. Don't worry.
All right. God be with you. And science and all that. You know how it is.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye. And he will hang up. With that, he's going to meet you later after you do a quick check of the place. Do you all gather up, hop in the carpool, and head over? So, after making that call, the rest of the day's investigation, you all start to meet up. Gilbert, as the one with the car, we'll say that Raoul is the furthest away, so you're going to grab him last. But who do you grab first? Or do you all meet at a singular location?
Probably mention somewhere very central and public, like a city hall or a library or something like that. Something that's so conspicuous that no one's even going to bother paying attention.
Okay. So you meet up with Raoul and Betty and Victor and begin driving them toward the lighthouse. Do you all discuss anything as you're driving? Prepare anything?
Gilbert's probably going to clarify where they found any human remains or body parts or anything like that.
In the house?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't in that other building.
What? I thought it was mostly the basement.
Yeah, but it was disconnected from the house. And there's more than bodies. There's skins of various bodies. I don't know how much remains you need.
Well, as
There's a lot
uncomfortable
of human stuff.
as it sounds, that's probably going to be the best location.
Well, there's a whole room for you.
It's very disturbing.
Yeah, that's where the dead tend to linger.
I'm gonna try to do my best for you, Gilbert, but it makes me mighty uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna say a little bit, but mighty uncomfortable. But I will do my best. How can I support you?
I don't suppose you brought any of those stimulants that you mentioned?
I did. I always have them on me, Gilbert.
Well, then you
Have
might...
you come see the light?
No, but you might need
Oh.
them, considering what we have to do.
Alright. I'll keep that in mind.
The drive out to the lighthouse is a lovely one. You make your way through the city. Now it's getting later in the day at this point. Toward, I guess, early afternoon, maybe? Or would you be wanting to go in the morning?
Probably afternoon.
I think,
Yeah, I think early
the
afternoon.
earliest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like 2-ish, 3-ish.
2-ish or 3-ish? Perfect timing. Now, as most times in autumn in Seattle, it is, of course, raining. It feels almost a stereotype to say it at this point, but it's just a fact of life. Pacific Northwest is a wet location. And as you are driving, you can hear your windshield wipers squeaking against the side of the slicked windshield. A small chip and crack from a little bit of gravel on your earlier drive is going to be probably spreading come winter. But for now, it's just the staccato clicking of the wipers as they flick across your windshield. You make your way out to the edge of Marigold. You make your way down past the federal land and head toward the lighthouse. You're going to... Can I get a perception and alertness roll from everybody?
Sure. What difficulty?
Difficulty of 7 because of the
Pachow!
rain. 2.
One.
Okay. So those of you who got 1 success are going to notice the smell
3
or
successes.
anything else.
Ooh.
But Gilbert, you're going to recognize the whole shebang. In the distance, you can hear the sound of a siren. And are going to immediately recognize it as the sound of fire trucks. As you make your way toward the lighthouse, in the distance, you all will start to scent it. The smell of, well, the dank smell of burning wood. The fire brigade is out, dousing an immense fire. It appears that the storage facility, the workshop, has completely gone up in flames. A cordon is set out. You can see a uniformed police officer standing. Now, there aren't that many people here, and as your car starts bumping over toward it, the uniformed officer is going to start walking your direction, holding up a hand. He has a whistle dangling from his lips. He's going to blow it once, sharply, and wave at you. Do you pull over, or do you just back up?
We'll pull over.
Hey, folks, sorry, you're not going to be able to make it any further here tonight. Looks like there was a bit of an accident at the lighthouse.
I see that. No one was
I
hurt
hope
on
everyone's
it.
okay.
Hoping.
Look, I probably shouldn't say. Anybody want to try to convince him?
Yeah? Heck yeah.
All right. Betty, you can make me one of 2 rolls. You can either make me
Right.
an appearance or charisma. And let's go with either empathy, subterfuge, leadership. One of those. Give me a coaxing skill. I really miss persuasion being a skill.
Can I try manipulation, sweet talking,
Oh, hell yes.
and empathy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you. All right. That's my specialty in manipulation. Ciao. Oops, sorry. At a what difficulty?
Difficulty of 6.
Oh, okay then. 1, 2, 3,
He
4,
wants a
5.
dish.
He wants to dish.
Hell yeah, he does. 5 successes. Lots of
5
8s and 7s.
successes.
Yeah.
Look, I probably shouldn't tell you anything, but promise to not pass it. You're not press, are you?
Oh, of course not. Do I look like the press?
Honestly, they've got dames started in all sorts of jobs these days. I couldn't tell you. But
Fair enough.
yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to find a couple of new lighthouse keepers. There was some type of freak accident. The workshop where they keep all the oil lamp, all the lamp oil, caught fire. Blew both of them up. The whole place is a wreck.
You don't say.
It wasn't
Nothing but
an unattended coffee pot, was it?
Well,
Why, that'd be mighty dangerous.
I don't think so. Might have been like a bolt of lightning or something, some type of freak accident, but maybe a knocked over lantern or something, but we can't tell. The bodies are pretty gruesome.
I'd imagine.
But trust me, folks, you don't want to look at what's already there. It's honestly, it's like God had it out for those guys.
Gilbert's going to reach down at the myriad of holy symbols that are attached around his ankle and try to fish some random one out and hold it up and be like, I don't suppose you have anyone from the clergy here to pass on a few good words for the departed souls?
I'm sure there's going to be time for that later, but we're still picking up the pieces. I don't even know how many bodies there are.
What better time than
Fortunately,
the present?
I can do that for you. And I won't even have to get in your way. We could park over there. I mean, slightly within eyesight, if you're worried about... We won't be a bother. We'll just...
Yeah, and then you're going to hear, Jabrowski! Get those motherfuckers out of here and get back here and help me pick up pieces! I'm gonna have you working shovel duty, you stupid... I'm just gonna give it like a couple of expletives. I'm thinking probably like something Irish related. I don't know what Irish people named Jabrowski there are, but hey, he's going to just start shouting at him. Maybe in a little bit. You folks should probably stay clear.
Give us half an hour, and we'll go down the road a ways, and we'll pull some logs or bushes or something across the road and make it obvious that no one's supposed to be coming up here. And we'll leave you in peace after that. But like I said, those departed souls, if they have an afterlife to get to...
You can make me a charisma and... Oh boy.
Occult?
Charisma and... Sure, give it to me at a difficulty of 9, because his sergeant's gonna bust him down to... Private?
Well, I'm definitely going to burn a
Inspector?
willpower on this, so... But I am rolling 8 dice, so... Okay, wish me luck.
Good night. Or good luck.
Come on.
Good luck and good night.
Oh, how about 3 successes?
3 successes at 9?
At 9. Because I'm rolling 8 dice.
Oh, fair enough.
If it means anything, I'll put in a good word for you and the good Lord. Whichever one you may follow.
Yeah, there's only one, but, look, if you park over there, you'll have to convince the captain on your own. I got to get back here, but
I'll even turn off the headlights.
I don't know why you have them on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to begin with, but
Have you seen the dark way up here with all the rain?
It's better safe than sorry. Or you'll end up like those poor folk.
amen to that. And as he says that and backs up, we're going to pan out as you go and look for a place to park. And we get an overhead look at this very suspicious, very convenient fire that has erased most of the evidence and potentially
All up here.
your avenue for a little bit of corpse interrogation. But we're going to find out about that next time as you go and fight City Hall and the Seattle PD, which is always a good pastime. But that's what we're going to call it for here. I really love playing with you guys. Thank you for a great night of character building and backstory stuff. I'm going to give you 3 XP, and the chat bought you 3 XP. So enjoy. That is 3 XP and 3 XP. I think that's 6 XP, which is going to be very helpful for you. 6 XP. And while you were thinking about what to spend that on, I'm going to do a big thank you to everybody who keeps our stream on the air. Our lovely patrons at patreon.com/dorktales, which of course are our divine producers, everyone's mom, Jan, as well as Shaikonde Vermilion and Soul Omen. Hey, our wizards of the Patreon are Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin, Krasha Urquhart, and Big Newt. Our monster maker is Laruk. Our high council is Terran, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Sorcerer Sanguine, Chef Aladeth, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Nihilus, Cookie Mon Steve, and Iron Warrior X. And hey, who could forget our patrons of the arts, Eastside Rider and Nacro, the Straw Hat Devil. We are going to be back in a few weeks with another episode of Mage the Ascension Bedlam as things go from bad to worse. And how could that be? It's already been so nice. We'll see you next time. Have a wonderful night, and just remember, jazz is cool. I don't know. I got nothing.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. Be sure to burn your corpses. I don't know.
Thanks, everyone.
Always
Thanks, everyone.
burn the evidence.
Always
Bye.
burn the evidence. Good night.
Deuces.
Wait.